Welcome everyone, mobile gaming test here. Please ignore the overlay at the right which says Saunders Games. That is my gaming channel and I'm using the same overlay that I use for streaming. So I'll be benchmarking Fortnite at 120 FPS on the iPad Pro 2018. So we're going to be doing two games. The first game will be 120 FPS but we'll be using the low quality preset and 100% 3D resolution. Then I'll do another game and I'll set this to the highest which 120 FPS supports, which is the medium graphical setting, and of course 120 FPS enabled, 3D resolution at 100%. If you're using a screen recorder, you'll probably lose a couple of frames. However, because I'm using a capture card, the amount of frames that I get in this test will be the exact same that you'll get without a screen recorder on. If you are considering streaming Fortnite, I do advise buying an Elgato, as you can make your streaming a lot more professional. If you would like to know how long usually the iPad will last without being connected to the charger or playing at 120 FPS, if you play with medium graphical settings and 120 FPS enabled, you will usually get around 2 hours of battery life on the 2018 iPad Pro. We're talking from 100% to 0%. So just keep that in mind, the battery life isn't great while playing at 120 FPS. I guess there's not much more to say, but we're going to start this game and hopefully I can get some good gameplay. Depending on how long I last, I'll be doing multiple games with low graphical setting. The goal is to get one low graphical setting win, then one medium graphical setting win. So in this screen right here, you can see that sometimes we are dropping below the 120. You can see right here we're at 90, 80. We have this other loading screen. Overall, just playing the game itself, it does feel pretty darn good, I will not lie to you. And just moving around, you can see you do get a very slight frame drop, but then it does recover right afterwards. This is in the the pre-game lobby. The important part really is when we're actually playing the game itself. So let's have a look at this. Right, so in the battle bus, and I won't be talking that much, but I'll do give it a bit of commentary. So you can see I haven't even discovered half the places. We'll go Salty Springs, as that's a hot drop, and we can test, a small area but a ton of people. Will that impact the frame rate on this 2018 iPad Pro? I didn't mention this earlier, but this is the 12.9 inch model. However, if you're running the 11 inch, do not worry about graphical performance. In fact, the frame rate in theory should be higher on the 11 inch because the resolution on that device is actually lower, so just keep that in mind. So you can see we're moving around here. There was that slight frame rate drop, but it's already recovered. Looking good so far. Oh, that ping is not looking good though. Right, you have a guy here. Oh, beautiful. Right, you can see swinging this pickaxe. Everything's working fine. I mean, we are in the building. When you're inside buildings, it's a lot less graphically intensive. Overall though, playing on the iPad, it's a pretty darn good experience, right? Usually, I use the iPad Mini 5 to play, and I was playing on 60 FPS, and that's perfectly fine, honestly. If you want to play at, very high settings, you can enable 60 FPS. However, 120 is better than 60, it has been proven to be better than 60, so why use, the other graphical settings when there are better alternatives. Okay. And we'll get you. Actually, if that guy hit me, oh, that would have been sad. But you can see that gunfire right there. I didn't notice any frame rate drops while playing. Moving around now, you can see I'm like spinning. You can see everything is working flawlessly. So it seems like when you first get into the game, there's that bit of stutter, but it seems like it's recovering. Do remember, this is the lowest graphical settings possible, so there's no shadows, stuff like that. But I think, in my opinion, frame rate is more important than graphics. That's just me. Everything seems fine. We're gonna have to push more people. I think I eliminated the entire squad there. So we'll go to somewhere which is really graphically intensive, which is the agency. There's like a lot of players there and all that good stuff. So we'll go there right now. As far as materials, I don't care honestly. Like, we're in a mobile lobby, so building isn't very important in this, I think. Personally, I'm just going to skip those chests. Usually you would get them, but we're more interested in benchmarking the game. It's running around and loading up new areas. You can see frame rate is still, it's still coping perfectly fine. And looking at the agency right here, we're still running at 120 FPS. That's nice. Right. Going in the water right here. Everything is looking good. Yeah. I mean, I haven't built yet, but okay, let's get you. And again, it's still running at 420 on lowest graphical settings. That's actually really nice that that's happening. I think there's a guy in there. I think it's the AI though, so yeah, the AI. I swear, like in this place you get like that really OP Tommy gun. I can't remember though. I really don't like the bots in Fortnite, honestly. They're just distracting. I think this is above me. Or not. Where is this chest? Is it like above me again? Man, I do not know this place at all, and it's showing. Oh, it is showing. Again, we're loading up these new scenarios, we're opening up chests, and I haven't noticed a frame rate drop. I haven't been looking at the FPS all the time, however... Oh, there's a guy here. Oh, that's an AI. Oh, I would love that minigun. You know what I mean? If you're intending on buying the iPad Pro 2080 for gaming, you're like, maybe the 2020 Pro is the option for you. I mean, look at this. This is running perfectly fine. This is honestly running... Oh, that's a... Oh, no. I'm actually going to die. I'm actually going to die. It's AI. That's not good. Man. I think that's the boss guy, actually. To be honest. Yeah, that's the boss, isn't it? And I died to the AI. Alright. I guess we'll have to do... Well then. Alright, well, I guess we'll just do one more game. But you saw right there. That one game, and that wasn't a full game. That was like half a game. That was a full speed, no lag at all. So we'll do one more, then we'll change to the medium graphical setting. This time we'll do an arena. I mean... You might notice that when you're on the pre-game lobby, it limits the frame rate to 30. That will reduce heat and thermal frosting. Touching my iPad right now, it's definitely starting to get warm. It's not, a furnace level, but I'm just touching it. Where the camera area is cool. And like the top quarter is cool. And then feeling the left side, it's cool. It's just the middle back area. It's getting warm. And touching the front of the display, yeah, just put my whole hands on the front. If I touch like the top left, it's nice and cool. However, where all my on-screen buttons are, definitely warming up 100%. Yeah. Although, is it like unplayable? No, 100% playable at this like temperature. It's just, I guess it's like, it's nice. I actually kind of like the warmth, but it's not like 70 degrees or something stupid like that where it's like too hot to touch. Nowhere near that level. So honestly, not a big deal. And I mean, there's no fans at the end of the day, so it's doing quite well. But this is the second game. Usually we should, what I'm thinking is we'll start seeing thermal throttling soon. When we start seeing the thermal throttling, then we should be able to see the frame rate drops. But playing for like the first 10 minutes, everything was perfectly fine. That is pretty darn good. But now we're going to do a second game. So we'll land the exact same place, and we'll see if we have any new frame rate drops or stuff like that. And you can see we're dropping as low as 90 FPS, right? Right here, it's gone back to 120. Like you can see, it's just slowly dipping. However, when actually playing, you don't really notice those frame rate drops. Like, you don't notice them at all. This is arena. Why is everyone landing here? Whatever. Like, you will definitely not have any issues at all. You know he's here. Oh, bye-bye. Very cool. Great arena player. I gotta give it to him. He's just a crazy arena player, huh? Just the best. I forget this is arena, so this guy's gonna be sweating. He's crouching. Man, I suck at this game. Wow, I really do suck at this game, huh? Get the device out. Bye-bye. Alright. You see, I'm not the best at this game, but yeah, I'm trying. That's the important part. And I'm trying to live as long as possible. That's really my goal here. And sometimes that goal is not met. This is arena. And like, arena's like all platforms. That's just, let me just point that out. Arena is any platform. So that's slightly concerning. But while fighting all those guys, I didn't notice a single frame rate drop. Maybe frames were dropping, right? Maybe, you know, dropped like 210 FPS. I wasn't looking, right? However, just playing the game itself, you don't notice the frame rate drops, right? I 100% have not noticed anything. Okay, we'll pick this up. Okay. Ooh. I think that was ping, because you saw that right there, that wall didn't build, so then I fell off. I think that was more ping, but then, you know, frame rate. I mean, the frame rates definitely did not drop then. Right, let's go back to the agency, and we'll take a look again. Take 2. Right, you can see, second game, where I'm just touching the device, it hasn't actually gotten warmer. It's just stayed at that warmness, and it's just staying there. It's not getting any warmer. And honestly, the temperature it currently is perfectly fine. Like, you're not gonna be complaining at all while playing this game. And how I'm doing, you know, I'm just, you know, on my left thumb is controlling the my movements. It's nice and cool there. All right, like, it's perfectly fine. Tapping the jump button feels fine, and so, you know, I'm not really even touching the screen. Me personally, I use my keyboard case to like have my iPad on an angle, so I'm not touching the full iPad. If you are touching iPads, you might, over a long duration, like a couple of hours of gaming, you might get a bit uncomfortable. But oh, where am I going? But it really depends. You should be fine. I mean, if you do anything for a long time, you'll get uncomfortable. Like, while I'm playing, I'm using like this bridge keyboard. My hands, you know, after 3 hours of playing, it's like it just gets kind of uncomfortable. But that's the bridge keyboard. If I took it off when I, you know, mounted my iPad on like a table, just left it flat, then it'd be fine. But, you know, I don't really have a table in my room that I could do that with. But if you are going to play, I would consider that. So moving around still, absolutely no frame rate drops. Very impressive, very impressive. I mean, we are playing 100% render resolution, which is like, I think that's like 1440p. So just keep in mind that you can always like turn it down to 1080p, and that's going to look perfectly fine on this device. Like, 1080p video looks perfectly fine. It is a 12-inch display at the end of the day. And I will say, look at the Black Knight shield. Like, that doesn't look very good. It looks like poor texture filtering, I'd say. Like, why is it not place my builds? That's very weird. Don't. I mean, there was a time where they just broke building, and it took them like a week to fix. Well, I severely doubt. What did I just see? I'm gonna take that. Take that. That's a player, right? Okay, oh boy. Okay, well, we played 2 games. You can see there's absolutely no frame rate drops while playing that. In theory, right, if there's a ton of explosions, like a ton of people, I think frames would be dropped. But we haven't had that yet. So let's go to medium settings, 120 FPS, 100% 3D resolution. I'm gonna do we'll do another solo squad. We'll do a solo squad in arena, unless I win this one. But when it's medium, the graphic settings are increased, and I think this is when we're going to see the frame rate drops, personally. I'm not sure though, I could be wrong, but I feel like we will probably be losing frames. Let's I'll find out. I mean, as far as thermal throttling, I don't think that's going to happen on this iPad. You know, I'm acting like I haven't played this game before. I've played it for quite a long time, and in my personal experience, thermal throttling is not an issue at all. So you don't need to worry about in the long run the frames dropping, I think personally. Although I was playing on low settings. Medium's going to be another story, I think. That's going to be pushing the iPad to the max, and we could see drops. I mean, just loading into the the lobbies page, it's taking quite a long time, longer than usual. Right, let's do a frame rate test. So we're still actually getting 120. Wow, it's impressive. Wow, that was actually very impressive. We were still getting good frames. Huh. We'll go salty again, and we'll see this time. I mean, with this is going to be a hot drop, so there'll be a lot of people. We can have a good test. Right, let's go. Jumping off the battle bus, you see that frame rate drop? It went to 60. It didn't stay there for long, but it did go down to 60. I saw that right there. That's definitely not the best sign, but we are currently staying 120. Now let's see the frames while loading this area up. You can see we get those small drops, but you don't notice them while playing. Just looking around, still 120, and we have shadows and stuff like that. That's kind of cool. Alright, push this guy. Oh, still feels at full speed. And I mean, if you look at the shadow, like, they aren't very special. Like, they are 100% not special at all. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Alright, it just shows where his teammates are. They're in that house then. They're probably coming for me. Almost guarantee it. I mean, this game definitely looks a lot better with the upgraded graphics. That's to be an AI. No one's that bad at this game. No one's that bad. I mean, this guy is not an AI though. I mean, AIs can build, I guess. Okay, that's literally Bloom. Man, that Bloom was... Oh! We haven't actually dropped any frames at all yet, so... This guy is like... Okay, gone. I mean, honestly, I was expecting low frames. I mean, look at this. Look how well this game is running. Like, actually, look how well this game is running. It's very impressive. I'm very impressed. Like, I have not played on medium settings before. And I'll be honest, the shadows, like, loading in, like, when they're right next to you, doesn't look very good, personally. But it runs. It's running well. And I'm very impressed with Fortnite on how they've managed to do that. I mean, the game looks a lot better as well. Texture resolution, not resolution, it just... Textures overall look better. I mean, if you look at the back bling, it still looks the same. Like, it has a poor filtering. But overall, everything looks better. And those shadows, like, people hate on shadows, and like, I kind of agree. Shadows are mostly pointless, but they definitely make the game look a lot better, in my opinion. I mean, I don't think there's any tessellation on this game. We'll have a test. We'll have a look at the water. I don't think they have tessellation on medium. I don't think they have tessellation at all, honestly. We'll take a look. But yeah, if you're planning on playing on medium settings, I wouldn't advise it if you're just playing off of iPad battery, because the iPad would die a lot faster than if you're playing on low graphical settings. I'm playing on a charger, so it doesn't really matter, but just keep that in mind. Let's test heat. Slightly warmer. Oh, that is a lot warmer. Oh no. Right, I'm gonna do a deep analysis. Okay, so touching the center of the iPad, which you usually don't touch, while playing Fortnite, very hot. Not too hot to touch. Definitely a lot warmer. Tapping the jump button. Mine's like over there. You can see it. That's cool. Shoot button's cool. Let's touch the D-pad. So the sensor. All right. So I don't have to explain it. Imagine you cut a rectangle off the center of the iPad, right? So you see my ping indicator. Oh no, that's not what I was trying to do. From my ping indicator to like, just you know where the map is, right? I don't know how to like show it, but you know where the edge of my map is? Like, go down and go across with the ping indicator, and you know that kind of area, that's where it's like very warm. However, where the buttons are themselves, and obviously your buttons might be different, but it's actually perfectly fine. Touching the back of the iPad, it's definitely... So the back of the iPad isn't as warm as the front. Definitely is not as warm as the front. Was that a frame rate drop? No, it's still fine. Oh. My man. That was unfair. That was ping. I blame ping on that one. I actually like... Did you see that? He just teleported. First game though, the iPad's getting warmer, and there could be a risk of thermal throttling. So we'll play another one. And I'm just going to play. You know what, dude? We're just going to... Doesn't really matter. So is squads, so they're the same thing basically. We'll play another one and we'll see if the frame rate is still affected. But overall, I'm very impressed with the medium. Like, it's still running at full speed. Yeah, there's frame rate drops, but that was on low. And the overall gameplay is still really good. So if you want... I would say right now, if you're intending on buying the 2020 iPad Pro... Not 2020, 2018 for gaming, 100%. Because it's going to be cheaper now because of 2021. The 2021 only enabled a GPU core. That's going to result in like a 0.1%, like 0.1% graphical increase. You know? It's so small. It's not even 1%. It's like 0.1%. 0.5. It's around a 0.5% increase, so that's not something to get excited about. I think the 2018 is a great iPad for gaming, and this is the latest title, right? We had Call of Duty Mobile, you know, that released afterwards, but those graphics looks worse than Fortnite, and it doesn't have 120 FPS. PUBG Mobile, also latest title as well for mobile, as well. Let's go agency. That's going to be a big test, I think. You can see jumping down, we're dropping frames. You saw right there, but now we get back to 120. You see, when you see drop, we drop. when you drop off the battle bus, you drop frames as well. All right, but then it goes back. And this is going to be a big test right here, the agency. Frames. See, we have drops. I can tell when I'm running at 90 FPS. I can tell 100%. And we're currently, yeah, we're not keeping that stable 120 FPS anymore. And I mean this, really, man? Really? Oh, I'm dead off this. Oh man, very cool. Yeah, it's definitely a lot more graphically intensive here. I can tell that this is starting to struggle. It's still keeping up though. I mean, in buildings you're still going to get full frame rate, of course. Okay. Wouldn't mind some shield. Okay, my boy. That'll beat. Man, why did they code AI into this game? That was a big mistake. Big mistake. Okay. Oh, I love that minigun. No, 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 no. Oh, it's all coming over. It's coming apart. I'm actually gonna die. Like, I'm not even joking here. I don't know what to do. I'm basically dead. I mean, yep. Very cool. Alright, we'll do one more. I'm just playing so poorly. Like, if you're watching on stream, shredding. Recording a video, not shredding. Oh man. I don't even know what I'm trying to achieve, but you saw. Overall, I mean, when I was outside, losing frames, inside the building, no, it was fine. The only real issue, right, is let's say you're trying to snipe someone from long range, and looking over the agency, you'll be dropping frames, and that's not going to help your sniping at all. That's the only real issue there. Alright. Another loading screen. If we look at the textures overall, the red knight skin looks pretty good. Pickaxe. I can definitely tell the filtering. You see that? Doesn't look great. As far as anti-aliasing goes, they definitely have anti-aliasing. But you can see, look at the pickaxe. Look at that. You can definitely tell that the aliasing isn't. There is aliasing, right? So definitely better than low, but you're not really gonna notice it, to be honest. I don't even play with anti-aliasing on in Warzone because it's hard to find enemies when you have anti-aliasing on, and shadows as well. That's why if you're playing, I advise you play on low graphical settings. Honestly. Alright, let's go here. Hopefully someone joins us. Yay! This is Retail Row, and you saw, frames are doing well. Retail Row is a very big place. We have those drops while we're loading in those shadows, but otherwise it's fine. Right, I'm gonna try and win this one. Where did my man go? Oh, he dropped. Okay, if we're trying to win, Don't make stupid mistakes. Right. Thing is, I treat like half the players like they're AI, because, you know, to be fair, half of them are AI, and then get that stuff. My man is crazy at the game. I mean, look at that. Man, like, this is why. That AI guy almost killed me. That's crazy, bro. But there's no way this is real. This makes no sense. Something isn't right here. What? Ah, we're playing one more then. That guy was a real player. Alright, that's definitely taught me something. I treat everyone like they're AI. I treat everyone like they're AI. And I treat him like AI. And he wasn't. I mean, first thing he did after he killed me, straight to that emote. Straight to that emote. Alright. This is not proper gameplay, this is just death. Oh man, alright. I'm just saying, if you do want to catch Fortnite streams, make sure you subscribe to my game channel, links in the description. And it's not on Twitch. I don't stream on Twitch. A waste of time. Oh, look at those frame rate drops right there. You seen this? We're running at 90 on this scenario. 80. Ooh, and you can definitely tell as well the frames are dropping. That's not good. That's going to be quite hard to play with. We're trying to aim at like the long distance, yeah. As far as heat has stayed the same. Heat stayed the same. Hasn't gotten warmer. Has not gotten warmer. Back is still the same. Have the sides gone warm? They're still cool. Alright, cool. So overall, heat, it's not gonna burn, you know, while you're touching it. I think the thermal's actually really good on this iPad. I'm actually quite impressed with that. Overall. Right, yeah, look at these frames. 90. And it's not recovering instantly like it usually does. We're still not hitting that 120 FPS. Damn. Alright. Okay. He's gonna land on me, isn't he? This guy. Right. Could have played that so much better. This guy's a tank. Confirmed. He's a literal tank. I'm assuming that's a bot squad, but we can't assume in this game, so. Right, we're gonna play this like these guys are the best players in the world. We're gonna play like these guys are on the Fortnite championship team. That's even a thing. Right. But we're literally playing like these are the best players in the world. Alright? These guys are so good at the game that even Ninja couldn't kill them. I mean, they definitely are real people, some of them. That's the concerning part of all of this. Some of these people are real. Like, I don't know what to say. They are real. Some of them. But yeah, in those gunfights, perfectly fine on the frame rate, which was good. Small company. That guy. Right. That guy literally triple shot me. I'm assuming his teammates aren't near because he did that. Oh man, that was very frustrating. Almost got me. I would have cried then. Alright. Okay. Cool. I think Salty Springs is over then. We leave victorious. We got 8 kills. That's all good. Oh, I want a normal AR actually. I'll consider dropping the attack, but we'll think about it later. I need to go to that slurp place. Get some meds. Get shielding. Does it give meds? I don't even know. I know it gives shield. Wonder if it will give meds as well. Yeah, they're all dead. Okay, cool. Even while there was all those people there, absolutely no frame rate drops. And we saw then in the lobby screen that if we have a lot of areas loaded up, the frames do start dropping. Just looking at this place, frames are perfectly fine. That's good. Right, let's just go here. Right, so we're not going agency because we all know what happens when I go agency. Instead, go risky reels. My one risky was like there, but you know, whatever. Okay, that's beautiful. So it does give you health as well. Nice. That's beautiful. Okay. Shoot up on you. Okay, you. I'm just gonna use these. Judge all you want, but you know, I don't care. SMGs are really good in this game. They're really good. So I'm gonna use them. Let's test out tessellation actually. Let's go far away. Okay, that is it? I mean, I don't know if it's just lighting that they've put in, or if that is actually tessellation. Because it's working quite far away as well. Huh. And of course it becomes nighttime. And also, I mean, if you look at all the light that's bouncing off my character, you'd think it's ray tracing, but no, it isn't. That's just a game. They've done a very good job on mobile, not even lie. Like, I'm very impressed overall. You can tell it is a mobile game, but it's a pretty darn well made one, to say the least. And you can play with all the PC kids. I wish Warzone came to mobile. Like, that would be a dream come true. Although, how would they port it over? Because, like, this is a third person game, so it's, like, not that bad to port over, but I don't think they'd be able to port over a Warzone. Although, to be fair, then it'd be a lot easier to win games on solo because you'd be playing against all the mobile players. Oh. Alright. Okay. Look at that shorty, kinda looks hot. I'm gonna use it. No one went here. Okay. We loaded up risky, and I mean, while running there, no frame rate drops. While in risky, seems fine as well. Building in 2020. Like, the plan was to, like, I'll show you again. The plan was to do something like this. Not even that. Yeah, I would have died then again, yeah. Like, usually I can pull it off, but guess not today. Oh man. No one will snipe me, right? No one would snipe me. Now you can see the shadows, right? What they've done as they aren't dynamically moving, but they move in like a timer. It's like after 10 seconds they'll move again, another 10 seconds they'll move. So they aren't static, and they aren't outright dynamic. Just, you know, they move after some time. Which, I mean, you can say what you want about it, but at least they have shadows in the game. Okay, this is probably why I die. And looking at this helicopter right now, still 120 FPS. They're challenging someone. I want to get in that action. That's very close by. Oh man. One. Yeah, that's why I die. Right. Needs to pull this off. Right. Okay, I should let these two squads fight it out. I know what to do. These guys are real players. The gun looks good. It is as well. Bye-bye. Have a good time. Okay, my boy. Right, I kind of want to loot this place. Oh. Okay. Nice. Use you. Alright, well there you go, you can see, you know, that was a long game, and yeah, that was pretty darn cool, I guess.